As a Kenyan, my attention is focused on Africa and how AI gives us the opportunity to level the playing field. Africa has huge talent in potential engineers, product, and design. Africa wants to own our own stories, our data sets, and technology if we are not to repeat our previous history of physical colonization with data colonization in the digital age. So I'm particularly interested in the next panel in AI for social good and how development and its impact can be adequately addressed. The responsible development of AI requires global collaboration and visionary leadership. We are so honored to have on stage next Dr. Ebtesam Almazrouei, CEO and founder of AIE3 and chairperson of the UN AI for Good Impact Initiative, who also led the development of the groundbreaking Falcon AI models here in the UAE. Dr. Almazrouei joins Professor Jacqueline Lane for a really crucial conversation on AI's role in addressing global challenges and how to harness AI for good.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Ebtesam, it's such a pleasure to have you here with us today. Our first question is, you are the chairperson of UN's AI for Good initiative. Can you share your primary goals and latest priorities on how AI is advancing impact globally?
Thank you, Jackie, for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our session today. To address your question, Jackie, the importance of AI for good, it comes because you can see and you can witness the rapid revolution across the advancements in technology, specifically in artificial intelligence. And with the estimated of the how much AI that can contribute to the global GDP by $15.7 trillion by 2030. And at the same time, in the United Nations, and with the focus across all the 17 Sustainable Digital Development Goals, our aim is we want to utilize and harness the power of AI to close this gap. And what I mean by this, there is a study that has been done to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. We have each year or annually to invest $2.2 trillion to up to $4.6 trillion annually to achieve and to close the gap for the Sustainable Development Goal. Harnessing and utilizing the power of artificial intelligence, it will allow us to provide efficient solution across all the Sustainable Development Goals. And I can give you an example. For example, in healthcare, AI, it can provide you with an accurate system for early detection of our disease. For example, in climate change, we can utilize this to predict and to combat the climate change and reduce the global emissions of CO2 annually by up to 40%. For example, I can give you another example where most of the least developed and developing countries, they suffer from still the literacy. So how I can use AI-enabled education system to raise that AI literacy or digital literacy in these rural areas. This is what we are trying, and our aim to utilize AI across all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals by harnessing artificial intelligence and advanced systems to close this gap.
That's fascinating. Picking up on those Sustainable Development Goals, how do you intend to measure impact, and what will success look like given the broad spectrum of initiatives?
There are, of course, many ways that you can measure. For example, in AI for Good, we have our annual reports that it can show us the statistics of how much AI can increase the efficiency or decrease, for example, certain wrong decision making in certain area, for example, diagnostic error. And we recently launched our AI for Good impact report across all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, across all the use cases. But the most important thing and the real impact for me is how it improves the quality of the life. And I can give you example in June. In the AI for Good Global Summit, we witnessed several examples. And one of them that it really touched everyone in the stage, her name was Charlotte, and she couldn't work for 16 years. Using AI with integrated robotic system, it allowed her to feel better and to work for the first time. And she said that AI with the integrated robotic system allow her to walk and increase the blood flow in her system. Another example was also using brain-machine interface, where people with or patients with disabilities, we cannot communicate with them, and using AI integrated with the brain waves, integrated also with the psychological data, they were allowed to communicate with us. By using a phone, you text through the WhatsApp, and that WhatsApp message is translated to waves, and that waves reach to the patient, and the patient, again, he replied to your message, and it enabled the communication. This is the real impact that we want to see across AI for Good, across AI for healthcare specifically.
Can you share some more about all the entities and the partners that are needed to make something like this happen for Charlotte to be able, for people like Charlotte?
Of course, fostering global partnership between academia, government, policy makers, philanthropies is a crucial part. And that's what we are doing with the United Nations AI for Good platform. Is we are working with different people from industrial, private sector, academia, around the cross region, is to understand each region or specific region needs and convert that needs to a solution, and working together not only to develop a sustainable solution to solve that specific tailored challenge for that region, but also to address the scalability, the adaptability, that all of these solutions will be scalable, adaptable, and we can also repeat it and utilize for in different words.
And as AI improves and is so dynamic, how do we foster this balance between rapid AI innovation and implementing robust regulations?
I mean, today everyone is speaking the language of generative AI, correct? Before, yes. Before 3 years, maybe, only the technical and AI community, like us professor scientists, they understand the ultimate benefit of generative AI and the advanced architecture or algorithms, how it can revolutionize our life. But today, everyone understands how we can utilize this. There is a need to balance this rapid evaluation and also the deployment of AI solutions across various industries. The most important for us or for you to ask yourself how this AI solution or advanced tech solution it can benefit your industry. It can affect your society. Is it safe? How I can measure the real impact for it? And there should be a balance. Having a platforms and having a governance body is important to understand how I can utilize this technology, but at the same time to maintain a privacy, trust, security, fairness, and deliver the business need at the same time.
Do you believe there are universal AI governance principles that all countries should adopt?
During our discussions in the AI Safety Summit, of course, maybe some of you, they are aware there are different governance bodies and different institutes in the world currently. including AI Safety Summit that has been held in Bletchley Park, and I had the honor to participate with the Prime Ministers, and Elon Musk was there, Sam Altman, Demis Hasibi from Google DeepMind, and other key figures in the field. And the main purpose of this gathering is all of us to understand where is the market is going, and what are the risks, and how we can assist this risk. And if there is really a challenge, how we can come together from different parts from the world to address these challenges, but at the same time maintain the rapid adaptation of advanced artificial intelligence solution across all systems. Also, we have the G7 Code of Conduct. We have also Group 22 as well. Or Group 20, who are leading also these the discussions. We have different bodies like United Nations Governance Day. Also, we gathered all people, especially from the least developed and developing countries, and the ministers were there to understand how we can give them this advanced AI solution to improve literacy, to combat the climate change, to address the poverty and the hunger in their region. So we make sure they are not left behind.
So you are one of the leading Emirati AI scientists and a role model to many in the AI community globally. So what excites you the most, and what's keeping you up at night these days?
Thank you for this, of course, and for giving me this honor. I mean, the credit always it comes from the people who give you the hope and who nurture this science and knowledge ambition in us to continue and to pursue further in our career. What it excites me most is how much we can give from our knowledge to the humanity. Every one of us today has a role to play, whether you are in the science field, you are in technology field, but what exactly I can contribute back to the artificial intelligence field, given that I already studied this field thoroughly. I understand exactly how we can develop and train AI system, what are the risks and that we should maintain and solve, and what are the policies that we should put in a place to deploy these systems for different industry. This is exactly what excites me. And what keeps me awake is, it's hard a question, but I think the feel of the responsibility. I see many people today, they are amazed by artificial intelligence, but I'm telling you, we are still at the early beginning of artificial intelligence. We didn't reach a human intelligence level yet. So we need to understand that we shouldn't be fascinated by AI revolution or any advanced tech revolution. We should first step back, understand if we really need to adapt that solution, do we need it, and how we can have that balance between adopting advanced AI technologies, but at the same time maintain safety, security, transparency, and also nurture the entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem around us.
So how can we train the next generation so that they can do both of these things, adopt AI innovation and also maintain the robustness and regulation as well?
Great question. The next generation, they are the one who will own the future. So it is our responsibility to equip them with the leadership, with the right skills, how they can innovate. Because the next revolution of artificial intelligence, it's not replacing humans with machines. It's about the people who has, or the young people who will have the ability to solve and to give you a better creative solution using artificial intelligence. So it's our responsibility to equip them with the right skill. In the AI for Good Impact initiative, we understand the the necessity to equip them with that. That's why in AI for Good Impact India, I launched with a team the Young AI Leader. And our aim is to open a hub in each region where all the young leaders in that region, they have access to the right advanced AI system. They have the right capacity building program. We can engage them with the early adopting stage for developing an AI startup innovation ecosystem. Also, they can participate with us with writing the right AI policies and governance, and they have the opportunity to connect with the top leader in the AI system as well.
And so how does the UN's AI for Good initiative ensure that these AI systems are going to be developed inclusively, especially since we're thinking about in terms of representation for women in marginalized communities?
If we will speak about responsible AI itself, it means that when you develop an AI system, you should make sure that it's transparent. It should be not catered for a specific need. You should minimize the bias, and you should make sure that it's scalable, repeatable. And what I mean by that, that you can take that AI solution and adapt it for every region. And each country, they have their own challenges, they have their own needs. So we need to utilize that AI solution for them. Now, we need to understand when we develop an AI solution as the young people, for example, they used to be in my team, always they fascinate by how I can obtain the best accurate AI model, and what's the next thing that I can use AI model to solve. They don't understand the consequences of unintended result. So it is our responsibility from the beginning as a leader in this domain, or if you are leading your team, that to tell them you have to pause. The most important part for training any AI system is the data. Is the data that you have today is well representative? Does it cover all the regions? And what I mean by this, because you ask for a woman's, and we have to make sure that our data, they are already representing all the information that we need. So when you develop that ultimate AI solution and you claim that it's 99% accurate, it can work in every country. And it will not be marginalized by a specific data set that you implement. And how we can ensure this is, at the beginning, there are mitigation techniques, filtration techniques, and we can use these techniques to minimize the toxic data, minimize the demographic less representation that we have in our data. So before training that AI model, we already maintain the well-representative data sets that we have to put in our AI systems.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ebtesam, for sharing your thoughts and to the future of an inclusive and representative world with AI for good.
Thank you, Jackie, for having me.
Thank you so much.